once again all the. So please go through that all the classes once again. Just just copy paste everything. So the new changes will reflect automatically. Okay, from import statements to till end, all you copy it. And I made changes to here also. Some extend manager, extend report listener also I made some changes. Please go through that that also once. Okay, so now we need to develop this utils component. So utils component we need to develop. Already we have a constants.java file, and remaining these are the files we need to develop. So can you all open our blog, and one by one can you create ExcelUtils, JavascriptUtils, TimeUtils, WebDriverUtils. So, and I'll explain one by one. One by one, just go as per the order I have given here. Same order you create the files. If you go here, so this is the 3.5 is the, so this one is ExcelUtils, 3.3 TimeUtils, and this one is 3.2 JavaScriptUtils. Constants anyhow we have already, right? And a small change here. So I have just given reports in the backward slash. Before we have a forward slash, I just change it to backward slash. So these are the, for Windows, you have to give like this, just, or single forward slash also, it works. So whichever, both are okay. So this is the change one I made here. And then, so you need to create this file. So create this file. So we create a JavaScriptUtils.java class under ComQA OpenCart utils package. So that means here. The class name, everything I have given here. You don't need to even struggle also. Exactly copy this, the class name. And then here is the class name. Copy and create the class name first under utils package. Right click on the utils package, new class. So that's it. I already have, that's why just create that. After creating, so you can copy paste that. Okay. So the entire code from import to, or even if you want to entire class you want to replace, this is also fine. Entire class from here to here. So everything till here, you replace it. Okay, that's the first class you have to create. Can you quickly do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So what about others?
Yeah, done, sir.
Same, continue. 3.3, 3.4, 3.5, all classes you create and copy paste the code. These are fixed code. Anywhere you go, these methods you can reuse anywhere. So any company you go, you can reuse this code as it is. If you are developing the framework. Otherwise, existing framework means you need to understand the utils package. What are all the methods are there? Those methods you need to use in your coding. So let's see this one. Create all 4 classes, right? Already constants is there. Remaining 4 classes you create. TimeUtils.java also you create. Then we have a ExcelUtils also create. And another one you create. Last one, WebDriverUtils.java. I think we created a WebDriverUtils last class. If not, I think just create this also. So quickly create all the files and copy paste.
Yeah, WebDriver we create last time, but is there you made changes to that? WebDriver.
Yeah, the changes, WebDriverUtils, did you create?
Yeah, last time we created. So
Yes, sir, last time we
Created.
created, but we did
But
not
only
test it.
we copied import the statements only.
Now you everything is changed. So you take it this one, latest one.
fully went.
Oh,
You have to take this. This is the complete code. So I have made a separately each and everything. So take this one only. So once done, let me know. So all the utility methods, whatever the methods we have discussed in the WebDriver initial days, using those methods, I have framed the new methods. That is what this WebDriver is. So I'll come back to this. Let me explain the ExcelUtils and JavascriptUtils. Then I'll come back to this WebDriverUtils. So ExcelUtils is mainly used. Sorry. So mainly used for reading the data. So I want to read data from Excel sheet. How can you read? So you know Excel sheet is a two-dimensional array, rows and columns. So that two-dimensional array concept I'm using here. But before that, so we need to understand there are few classes: file input stream, file output stream, sorry, XSF workbook, XSF sheet. So these are the two classes are available in the this arg.apache py library. So that is the ready-made library given to us. So those classes inside we have methods to get the rows count, to get the columns count, to get the cell data. So all these ready-made methods are available readily to you for using. So that is what I have used here also. So how do you know, sir, all these methods? Just go to that document, you will get a very nice so description about what are all the classes and methods of each class. It will be detailedly given in the Apache py documentation. So, but XSF workbook will support XLSX format. So we are using now XLSX format only, right? So this one, so that's why I have written XLSX format only. There is a one more, if you want .xls format, if you save your Excel sheet with the .xls, you have one more HSSF workbook, HSSF sheet. That's a class names. For XLSX, we have a XSSF workbook, XSSF sheet. These are the two classes we are in. So basically it will create the workbook. On that workbook, you have so many sheets. So which sheet you want to access, you can access through this sheet class method, get sheet method we are using. So that is what I am doing here. This method get test data from this path of this sheet. The path is file path. Where is your Excel file? The file path and sheet. Okay, in that file, Excel file, which sheet? The sheet name you have to supply. Then it will go to that tab, sheet tab, and then it will read the data from that sheet. So that is what this method is going to do. And this method will return object to two-dimensional array. That's what I was keep on telling in Java. Object to two-dimensional array is a very important in case of you're reading the data and writing the data to Excel sheets. Okay, so first I'm representing this is a file. How to represent? So we have to use a file class. File src file equal to new file, and I'm giving the file path. So then fs equal to new file input stream. This is used for reading that file, right? Any file if you want to read, you will use. So you have to pass the file object. That's the file object. So I'm passing. Then workbook. So new access of workbook, I'm passing the file input stream object. File input stream object we are passing. Then sheet equal to workbook dot get sheet of the sheet name. The sheet name you will pass for this method. So that's the input. Input is coming from you. So when you call this method, you will give the file path and sheet name. So those will be read data, and from the sheet, you will get the sheet. Get sheet method we are using from workbook. Workbook means in the workbook, so many sheets will be there. So which sheet in that? In that workbook, which sheet? That sheet you will read, and then you get the row count, sheet dot get last row number. So into column count, sheet dot get row of 0 dot last cell number, get last cell number. So these are the ready-made methods available in the sheet class. That's why get last row number means it will fetch the last row, total rows count. So, and columns count, get row of 0 dot get last cell num. So this will give you the total number of columns in the sheet. So you got the rows count, you got the columns count. Create a two-dimensional object array. Object to two-dimensional array, data equal to new object, row count, column count we are giving. So you know, so that you have to use a two for loops to get the cell data. So that is for int I equal to 0, I less than r, row count I plus plus, and this will represent the rows, and inner for loop will represent the columns. So to get the cell data, you have to use a sheet dot get row. The row is I plus 1 I'm giving. Why is our I plus 1? I'm starting with the second row. First row, there is a headings will be there. So I'm ignoring the headings, headings, and I'm taking from next row onwards. And then we have a get cell. So the cell address you're giving, this is the column. The column you're giving it. The row and column, both data you're getting in the string format that you're storing in the I and K indexes. So like that, the loop will iterate. From this sheet you're getting and storing here in this two-dimensional array. Then return that two-dimensional array. So this is the one simple method for reading the data from Excel sheet. So this is the interview question also. How can you read data from Excel sheet? So you have to write this entire code. So we discussed already how to represent the file, how to read the file. Any file if you want to read, you have to use a file object to then file input stream that we already practiced in the programs. The new thing you are getting here is the workbook, new access of workbook, sheet equal to workbook dot this object workbook dot get sheet. So these are the two lines only extra 4 lines, getting the rows count and columns count. Remaining, you all familiar with this code. So for loops, you are familiar, and this is the only new code. Okay, so that's how to read the data from Excel sheet. This is the program they will ask in the interviews. So please look at the code, understand line by line code. So that is the how to read the data from Excel sheet. Now,
So
any
that
question?
yeah, statement, the log statement, we can replace with system out.println. It's similar to that.
Out.println won't print to the console output. The basically your log file. System.out.println will print only to the console only.
Okay.
So when you execute, console will come, right? There only it will print, but not to the log file. So you are creating a log file, right?
Oh yes.
So
yes.
here you won't get this output if you are not using a logger.
Okay.
If
So
you use a logger, then only this statements will show in the log file.
Okay.
If you are not using logger, it won't show in the log file.
So like debug or info, everything is similar to print.
Everything is similar. So basically just you are specifying the so your message.
Okay.
Okay. So now after this, any other questions before moving on to the JavaScriptUtils?
That get cell method.
So you are
that-
passing a column address, column index. So you are passing row index and column index, right? That will give you the cell address, right?
Okay. Column, we didn't specify get column. It's get cell.
No, that just get cell. So from the row, you're getting that cell. Okay. From this row, then you're getting that row cell. So that is this K. Okay, you are passing the column index. So basically this is going to give you column number. I have drawn you that so 2-dimensional array syntax, right? Excel sheet. Same, right? Rows, columns, right? That is the one list. Row address, column address, both. That is available in the sheet. That data you are getting in that string format, and it will store here in this indexes. Basically, you will get one value only. That value will store here.
Okay.
The next iteration, second column means the K++ will go, right? K++ will happen. Second column you will get same row, second column
Second
data.
column.
It will store there. Same row, next
Third
column.
Okay.
This it will keep iterating how many columns are there. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
So this is the how, just basically 2-dimensional array. Other than that, nothing. Okay. Now JavaScriptUtils. So JavaScript code is different. Java code is different. Java is a programming language, server-side programming language. JavaScript is a client-side scripting language. Both are different. But how can you execute a JavaScript code in Java Selenium? So that we are using a JavaScript executor interface. So how can you execute JavaScript code in Java Selenium if they ask you? So the answer you have to give using JavaScript executor interface, and that method we are using execute script method. So for all this JavaScript related methods, I am creating one JavaScriptUtils, my own custom class. So for that class, I am creating one constructor, and WebDriver I am declaring also a global variable. So This is all constructor, right? Class name and constructor name is same. But what kind of constructor is this? Parameterized constructor. So you all know this. So driver, this dot driver equal to driver means this dot driver will represent which one?
The instance variable.
Instance variable. So the left side one,
The
right side one will
parameterized.
represent the parameter. So this all we discussed in the Java. So the same Java is coming. Everything is Java code. This is the, other than that, nothing. So next, I want to flash. I want to highlight my element. So how can I element? How can you highlight? See, public void flash web element. I am giving the element for this method. Then it will flash. Then it will flash the element. So string background color equal to element dot. You know how to get the background color. So you have which method we have to use? Get CSS value of background color. And then, so I'm iterating 15 seconds, I'm iterating, and that many seconds it will highlight. So this is the RGB 0 to 100. These are all the color specifications. Change color. So again, changing the color to this background color. Okay. So this is the how you can change color is another method. See that. Change color is another method. So method inside another method I am calling. Please catch all this. This is the kind of things you will do in the framework. See, string color web element, JavaScript executor JS. I should not create object, right? But I am typecasting. Driver is of type WebDriver, but this is the another interface. This JS is of this child interface, but this driver is a parent interface type. That's why I'm typecasting here. So driver also I'm converting into JavaScript executor format. That's what I told you, typecasting in the Java beginning classes. What is typecasting? Converting one interface type variable into another interface type variable format. Here the interface you are converting. So, but interface variable this one. So driver type is WebDriver interface. Here JavaScript executor type is JS type is a JavaScript executor. But JavaScript executor is a child interface of this WebDriver. So that's why you are typecasting. So you're converting driver also to JavaScript executor format. Then JS dot. So I was talking about this method, execute script method. So this method is declared in this interface and we are using here. So what is this? Arguments of 0 dot style dot background color. So whatever the color you are giving, that color will be highlighted, change the color. What is the previous color and this color, it will change on this element. So then I'm just waiting for so very small seconds and then try catch block I kept it. Okay. So that's the how to change the color. Then our flash. So just highlights. Basically why you want to highlight is it will be easy for the people who doesn't know code. So they will check that when you're running your test case, where the cursor is there, you can easily catch. So that's why we're highlighting. That highlight is the flash one. So I'm getting the title by page title by JS. How to get the page title by JS? So return JS dot execute script, return document dot title if you do, and you will get the page title. So that's how to get the title. Generally, you have a driver dot get title, right? To get the page title. So, but here in the JavaScript code, you can use return document dot title. If you use this is the JavaScript code. This is all JavaScript code. Even this also JavaScript code till here. Till here, this is all JavaScript code. So the JavaScript code you're executing in by JavaScript method. Execute script method is executing JavaScript code. So this will get the title of. Then go back by JS. So JS dot execute script. History dot go -1 if you do, it will go to previous page. So how can you navigate with the WebDriver methods?
Back navigate.
Navigate method dot back method.
Forward.
But here you can use this. So you can go forward by JS, just JS dot execute script of history dot go 1. So this will go to next page. So you can refresh the browser with the js.execute script history.go of 0. If you give, it will refresh the browser. So public void generate alert. So you want to generate the alerts. So js.execute script alert parenthesis single quotes, you give the message, which message you want to show in the alert. That is the one. So generate confirmation pop-up. So js.execute script confirm. So these are the 3 types of alerts. Alert to simple alert. So confirmation message. So, and there is one more, prompt. So prompt also you can write the same way. But this is the very important in the, so how can you get the page inner text? So this is asked in the interviews also many times. So return js.execute script, return space document element dot inner text. So this is the code you need to remember. This is what I faced. This is one of the test. So if you're attending for the interviews, they will conduct a test. The test they ask this question. How can you fetch the inner text? So you have to tell this code. Okay. So next, click element by JS. So this is the, how can you click an element by JavaScript code. So normal click is not working. You can use this click. This click definitely going to work. So js.execute script arguments of 0.click. So you're clicking on this element. So it will internally go and click on that element. So send case using with ID. So string ID, string value. So basically js.execute script, you can type even without normal send case method. So yeah, we are not using any send case method here. Document.get element by ID. So basically if the element has ID, you can use this method. So you can type. So ID dot value equal to, you can type the value, which value you want to type there. Okay. So scroll page down. You want to scroll down a page. So then this is the code. js.execute script window.scroll to 0 document.body.scroll height. So you can use this to scroll down. So scroll page down with the height. You can give your custom height and that much it will scroll down. Scroll up. So basically scroll up is, and here you are giving a 0, right? 0, first parameter if you give 0, it will scroll down. So second parameter if you give 0, it will scroll up. So that's the only change. So document.body.scroll height. So it will scroll up. You can call all these methods. So scroll into view. So you want to scroll for particular element. Basically in the table, there are elements. Somebody will, some elements will be hidden. So you want to scroll for that element, you can use scroll into view. So js.execute script, arguments of 0.scroll into view true. So that means until this element is visible, the WebDriver automatically scrolls. That's the purpose of this scroll into view. So draw border, you can draw the border also, the element border also you can draw with this method. Add a new tab. You can add a new tab automatically with this js.execute script window.open. So it will open the empty tab. That's it. That's add a new tab through JavaScript code. So these are all the ready-made methods of JavaScript executor interface and JavaScript. So ready-made methods. You can use these methods also if you need. So basically any company you go, so what you need to do here is you have to find out the utilities first. So you need to understand the framework. Understanding the framework is a very important. So what are the different components are there in each component, how they are initializing the browser. First you have to check how they are initializing the browser. The code you have to see. Initialization of the browser and application, how they are calling. Then utility methods you have to look and you have to read all these files. So what are the different utility methods they have developed? If you want to use them in your pages and test cases, you should know these utility methods. Without knowing utility methods, you cannot write a test cases. So that's why this is the utilities and pages and test case. These three you have to be very, very clear. So your main work will start here, pages under test cases only. But while understanding the framework, this is the very, very crucial utilities. And then, so we have a time utils. This is the just time I'm specifying, small time, medium time, and large timeout, extra large timeout. I'm just using thread.sleep only. So small wait means just nanosecond. This is the very, very minimal thing. Medium. So 1000 means 1 second it will wait. Large means 5 seconds. So medium means 5 seconds. Large means so it will wait for the 10 seconds. So you can see here 10 seconds. 10,000 means 10 seconds. Extra large means 20 seconds. So that any wait time you need, you can use this time utils. Okay. So that's all ready-made methods developed here. You don't need to, you can avoid showing all this code. So you just call the method. So that's enough. So all static method, right? Class name dot static method, you call it. Yeah. So the final one. So this is the very, very important. All your WebDriver methods are available here. Okay. So everything, all your WebDriver methods are available here. See that. So WebDriverUtils, I'm creating I'm just taking the WebDriver JavaScriptUtils class also I'm calling here, and creating a constructor first, and then so first method is a refresh method. See that same code I used. Whatever the code I explained, instead of writing this big line, I'm just calling this refresh method. Simple. That's what we are doing. So already discussed methods, I'm creating one more method on top of that. Then get title. So this will return the page title, current page title. So get URL, current URL, it will fetch by this method. So see all this driver.get current URL and navigate browser back, driver.navigate method.back, forward. And then, so this is the one extra function we have written, get by type. So you are going to get the locator by what type you are giving. So that it will understand, it will go to, see, try catch block inside, I have written FE. So if else, if ladder I have written here. So, and whatever you are giving locator type, and it will split to the first one. And then it will take and store here. If the locator type contains ID, so then this, so you're identifying by dot ID. So then else if by dot name, so by dot xpath, by dot CSS selector, by dot class name, by dot tag name, by dot link text. So these are all the methods we are writing. So you don't need to worry about that. You just give, so okay. Your locator type is having XPath or ID or which one. So automatically it will split that, and based on that it will select. So only one method will give you all of them. It will identify. So that's the one thing. Otherwise, but we won't use this. This we are not going to use much because we are going to use a page factory class. So this is not the class we are going to use. Okay. The first method is another element related methods. So I'm getting the element. Can you observe here? I am highlighting the element. So what I'm doing here?
Highlighting
I'm
the
identifying
element.
the element. I'm highlighting the element here.
Highlighting.
So that I can use this get element method wherever I am calling this get element method, automatically it will flash. I don't need to write every time this flash element. So, and you want to only flash based on the element. This is the by locator. This is the web element element. So I can highlight the element. So like this also. So this is the another how to highlight. And this method is going to get element list. So I'm going to get all the elements based on this locator. So I'm using a locator. So based on that locator, you'll get the by type, and driver.find elements method I'm using so that it will give list web element, right? That is what I'm storing here. If a size is greater than 0, you can say list is found with the locator, else list is not found. Then it will try catch block. If anything goes wrong here, it will come and execute the catch block. So I'm returning the list. So this is the one method. So is element present? So in the list, the element is present or not, I'm checking that. That's a is element present, and that will return a Boolean value. Okay, so if the size is greater than 0, and automatically the element is available here. So that is what we are checking. So in this collection, the element is available or not, I'm checking. So if it is available, returning true. If it is not available, returning false. So that's how this method is. So next, element click. You click an element based on the web element, and you give time. So what is this method? I clearly explained. Click element with information about element and also time to wait in seconds after click. So that is what I'm saying. Flash element, we are flashing the element. Then wait until element is clickable and then click it. So then if time to wait is 0, so immediately you're clicking, else it will wait for a small wait. Small wait will wait. So that is what we are doing here. So this element click. A lot of methods I have written. See here also element click. Then what is the difference between this one and that one? So here I am giving a wait time. Here I am not giving directly, it will click without no wait time. So first element is clickable or not, I am checking. Expected condition. See wait object, wait dot until expected conditions dot element to be clickable. So element. So flash element click. So this element click I am calling. This method I am calling here. I'm passing the web element for that. So that is the one thing. And another. So this one also you can use element click. So you can use that which element you want to click. The by locator. Basically, you are passing the parameters are different. So we are going to use mostly this one, element click we are going to use with a web element. So here see element click with a locator. So I'm giving you with a string locator. So I'm passing a XPath in the string format, but you have to convert everything. So the way you want. See, you can pass a by locator, you can pass web element, you can pass a string locator only, or any ID or name values you can pass directly to this method also. That also will click. All are acceptable. So see, all this is the overloading, right? Method overloading or not? So will you say method overloading or not this one?
Yes.
So method name is same in the class, WebDriverUtils class, but parameters are different. So this is the method overloading. You can say it is implemented in your classes also. So you have to tell this. How can you tell sir this one? You have to tell, okay, element click with the web element parameter. Element click with the by locator, comma, wait time. So how much time I need to wait? And then element click with a string locator. So see, you have to tell, just telling a element click means they don't understand, right? You have to explain, okay, how you have designed this method. You have to explain. So even if you don't design, how your framework team has designed this method. So if you understand only, you can explain that. So that's what, make sure you understand these methods. Okay, next, click when ready. So that means you are saying, okay, click the element by this locator when it is ready for the click. So that ready state will be given by element to be clickable method. So which method will give that? Element to be clickable method will give that. Okay, so that method you have to call here. So automatically you can just call this method. It will perform the click action. That's it. You don't need to write this entire code again. That's the beauty of this, all these methods. Just next to send data. Send data means what? What method? Send case method. But I am not going to call clear, flash, all this. I don't need to call. Just send data I will call. I will give element, which element I want to type and what data I want to type. I'll give by calling this method. That's it. It will go and take up, it will highlight, then it will type there, clear the text, and then type the whatever the data you have given here. So that's what you're going to call. Again, send data. See, overloaded. So here bilocator, string data. So clear text. You can clear the content from this web element. So element.clear, clear method. See, all the methods already we have discussed. Again, I am framing a new methods here using those methods. Clear text with the backspace. Please understand this logic. So the backspace is there right in your keyboard. Using that, how can you clear the content? So that is what we are using here. Please catch this. Wait until expected conditions element to be clickable. So we are clicking on the element. So while element is element attribute, get attribute of value to string, content equals to empty. This is the empty. And that means what it is saying, the value attribute value is not until that is not empty. You go and keep pressing the send keys of keys.backspace. What this keys.backspace will do? Send keys method, what it will do? You are sending the backspace key multiple times until this is empty. Until this value is empty. Every time you will get the value. Value means get attribute of value means what? So whatever you typed there, it will store in the value attribute. Please remember this. So this question also they will ask you, okay, how do you know the typed value is there in the edit box? So you call that element dot get attribute of value. If you give, you will get the typed value. Please make a note this. How can you get the typed value? Okay, you typed it using send keys method or this send data method. But whether it is typed or not, how you need to get that value? It is typed. How can you get that value? So this is the code. This line of code you have to write. That element dot get attribute of value. This is the code you have to write. So what this? Only this single line. So I'm talking about only this single line. This highlighted line only will give you, after typing, what value is there in the edit box. That value is given by this code, highlighted code. Please remember, get attribute of value. So value attribute, the whatever the typed value will go and store there. Okay, so all these concepts will be useful for you in the interviews and in the in your coding also. Okay, I'm just stopping here. Then we have so many get text to get element text to and get element attribute by value. So get element attribute value. So by locator by web element, get element CSS value. So all is enabled, is displayed, is selected. So all these are ready-made methods we have written. Just you will call this method only. You don't need to write this entire thing again and again. Okay, so that's the. So tomorrow we'll continue. We'll finish this quickly and then we'll start pages. Tomorrow we'll start the pages, how to design the pages. Please go through this code and come back. Yeah. Any questions are there? We will discuss them.
So in the test resources, we have to delete the.
Yeah, that packages you delete. Okay. So you don't need, just write straight forward. You create a config.properties. That's one change. Implement that change also. Okay?
So directly we can click that folders and.
Yeah.
Get...
And file, new file. So this src test resources, right click, new file.
Okay.
Okay. Just create a config.properties. Automatically the file will come. Or you already created, right?
Yeah,
Just
that's
move. That's it. You move from there. Move to this node down, and then remaining package you delete it.
okay.
That's what I did.
So there is no changes in config and log4j.
So no changes.
Okay.
So here no changes. So only highlight is added. I think you included highlight, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
we included.
Yeah, that's the only change.
Okay.
No changes much. I think this URL is not working. I'll so set up a local environment and same open cart only. Otherwise, we have one more somebody developed and we can use that also. So anything is fine for us for testing purpose only, right? So we can use anything, no issues. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. So see you tomorrow. Please
Thank you.
read. Please go through the methods. Don't come blank. So blank. So mainly this, you should know the methods.